these books don't publish themselves. I'm panicking about this cover. If it works out the way I'm imagining, it should all be okay. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Should I have vlogged today? Today's been a good day. I'm just having a moment. Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. Welcome back. My computer's turning off. Welcome back if you're one of my lovely returning friends. It is great to have you all here. Today is Wednesday. I just had to look at my computer and double check that. It's Wednesday. I've been having a lovely morning. I woke up early after not going to sleep early enough last night, so I am just a little bit tired. That's okay. And yeah, woke up early, went for a beautiful morning walk. It was absolutely gorgeous. It's still warm, don't get me wrong. Visually it was beautiful. Temperature wise, not as beautiful, although it really wasn't that bad considering it was, according to my weather app, it was supposed to be hotter than it's been the last several mornings, but it didn't feel that bad, so that was good. I saw the moon. The moon was still up while I was walking, so I enjoyed a nice walk. Came home, got myself cleaned up, had some breakfast, smoothie and cereal and stuff like that. Just watched a vlog on YouTube, but it is time for me to sit down and try to get some work done, because unfortunately these books don't publish themselves. There is still the formatting to do, the front and back matter to tidy up. I've got rough drafts of stuff. You saw that in the last vlog, but like it's not finished. I need to do the proofreading and I need to do the cover. So that's not causing me stress. So I'm gonna do some cover sketching first today, because I feel like it always, other things I do first and the cover sketching gets put off. And I really think that for the remainder of this week, like today, tomorrow, and Friday, at least like 45 minutes or so of cover sketching needs to be the first thing I do in the day, and then everything else fits into however much time I have left in the day that I feel like working. I've been putting other things first, and this cover literally is never going to get written if I keep doing that. So yeah, we are going to work on the cover. I'm going to use my new timer, set the timer for probably 30, let's do, I should be smart, 45 minutes. Let's see how far I can get in 45 minutes, and then at 45 minutes I can stop and move on to other things. Like the bit I'm drawing is just the first bit, and there's still other elements that need to be drawn. Like I'm panicking about this cover. I won't lie. Like I am panicking, but it's okay. It'll get done. It'll get done. So it'll get done faster if I stop talking to you all. So that's what I'm going to do now.
Where is the line between dreaming and feeling blue? It's 4 o'clock in the evening. I haven't left my room, but the truth is, if I'm honest, I feel stuck here in the middle. Am I one of those crazy people? Should I stay here or should I let go? and change is gonna find me. You don't have to remind me. I'm doing nothing at all. I'm ruminating on a blank wall, but I feel stuck here in the middle. Am I one of those crazy people? Should I stay here or should I let
Okay, I was starting to feel really down, but I've been seeing comments on today's vlog come in on my phone, so I went onto my computer and looked at them in my YouTube studio, and your comments have cheered me up. Your comments are making me feel better. The cover. I've been working for more than 45 minutes. I reset the timer for an additional 15, but then I've continued working on it. It's probably been about an hour. It's now nearly noon. I'm gonna stop on the cover because I can't spend all day working on this. I think I'm at a point where hopefully tomorrow I can make a lot more progress in 45 minutes. Basically, I've started over. Which I hadn't gotten that far, and I was reaching a point where it's like either I keep going with how I'd started and then really waste time if I still end up feeling like, no, I really do have to start over, or I just start over. My proportions weren't right. The measurements were too difficult to break up into thirds and then the thirds into halves and stuff like that. I'm now working with an illustration that is 6 inches wide, so each third is 2 inches, but each half of a third is 1 inch. It's much easier math. I'm not a math person. If it works out the way I'm imagining, it should all be okay. This is the reality of being an indie author, especially when you're trying to do it on as much of a budget as possible, to the extent of doing a lot of things yourself. Like, this is why they say do not do your own covers. I'm a writer. I'm not an illustrator. I can illustrate. I can draw. In a previous lifetime, that is what I did. More drawing figures. I was a costume designer, not a set designer. I really wish I'd taken some more set design classes, because I think being able to do line drawings and elevation drawings, like what I'm doing now, is very architectural, and that's how the Independent Heart series is. It's very architectural, and if your proportions and your fractions and your measurements aren't right, it throws everything off. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not a technical drawing. It's a book cover illustration. So like, I'm trying to not be too perfectionist about it, but I'm still trying to make sure that the basic proportions are correct. And then if the smaller elements within the bigger element, the smaller elements are then more free-flowing and have more of that hand-drawn look, that's fine. But for this stage, it is pretty technical and it's doing my head in. So yeah, this is why they say don't do your own covers. It's a lot of work, and it's a completely separate skill. And if, like, I have that skill, but it's not my strongest skill, and I do have a lot of imposter syndrome and insecurity and things, and I've got that voice in my head that's saying, this is why they say not to do your own covers, you can't do this. I can do it. It's not like I'm someone who has zero artistic ability, zero experience drawing, but your cover is so important. Your cover is so important. There's just a lot of pressure that I'm feeling right now, and it's getting to my head. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm hoping tomorrow goes better as far as the cover is concerned. I'm getting in my head and I'm really struggling, and I'm trying to remember that one of my words of the year is imperfect. I'm an imperfect author and an imperfect cover designer, and I'm an imperfect indie publisher, and and there are other authors who do much better than me by the traditional metrics that we would judge success by, but I just keep coming back to, I know my stories are good. And I know that because you all tell me that. I know my stories are good. I know that when someone is willing to give my books a try, at the heart of it, the part that matters is really good. So, yeah. I don't know what the point of this wobble is other than to just, I know so many of you are wanting to publish your own books one day, and there is no easy path. Whether you go traditional publishing or indie publishing, it's all hard. It's just hard in different ways. It's all a challenge, and it's all emotional, because we are emotionally connected to the work that we do. I'm emotionally connected to both, and I think this is part of why I struggle. I'm emotionally connected to the covers the same way I'm emotionally connected to the story, because I'm creating both. I know I'm breaking rules and I know I'm going against traditional advice, but I'm doing the best I can with my books. I'm doing the best I can with the resources and the budget I have available to me right now, and that's all anyone really can do. I don't know. But I'm going to keep working on this tomorrow. For now, I need to step away. I need to go have lunch. I need to get my head back on straight a bit. And then figure out what I want to spend the next part of the afternoon. It's just afternoon. I think I'm going to take a break until 1. And then I'll probably work from 1 until 3. And then I think I want to stop for the day, because I don't think I have more than 4 hours of focus work and stuff. This is draining my mental capacity for today. Like I'm pretty well done, and this is also not the direction I wanted this vlog to go in. But yeah, this is the realities of being an independent author. You've got days that feel like they go really well, and you've got parts of the process that you feel really confident about, and then you have other parts of the process that you're really unsure about and insecure about, and days like this where it just feels like nothing is going right, and it just amplifies those insecurities. I'm trying really hard not to cry right now because it's not that deep. It's just a book I'm gonna put on Amazon, and it's not that deep. It's not that big of a deal. I need food and probably some coffee, and I need to go sit on the couch for a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. I've made myself a cup of coffee. I don't even know where to start. I'm feeling better. No, I think I'm way too tired. I did not sleep nearly enough last night, and I also was not remembering what time of the month it's just about to be. So I think that's also impacting my mood. I just, yeah, I have nothing left in me, basically. Like I'm at my limit, which is not good because I still have so much to do. So I have made myself a cozy mug of coffee, a nice foamy milky coffee, and one of my favorite mugs for a day like today. I can't decide if I need a hug, a large coffee, or if I should just take a long nap. Honestly, I probably need all three at this point, but it's getting to be too late in the day to take a nap. I want to be able to fall asleep on time tonight, if not early. So yeah, but it's just on the Anthropologie website, which I shouldn't have done, because now I'm really tempted to get a new planner. I need to do some planning in my planner, which I've really been liking this, but like this planner has been nice, but I feel like I'm not using it as much as I should, and I don't know if that's a planner problem or a me problem. It's probably a me problem. When I got this planner at the beginning of this year, it's a daily planner. It's a monthly and daily. And I just think I need a monthly weekly. I need to be able to see my whole week in a glance. In a perfect world, I would just design my own planner. I've used a bunch of different planners over the years, and I've liked each of them in different ways. And the reason I was looking on Anthropologie is because I've got it in my head that a planner I had a few years ago is the kind of planner I wish I had right now. And like that planner wasn't perfect either. But I think part of my problem is that a planner will be perfect for me for a time, but not just for all time. I really struggle to find a planner that works at every stage throughout the year and from one year to the next. And so yeah, basically the planner, it was this one. I think this was by, I don't know if this is by Fringe Studio or some other brand I've taped up. Yeah, it's a Fringe stationery planner. It was this one. And it was August 2019 through December of 2020. So it was like an 18-month calendar, a year and a half. Or it might have been a 17-month or something like that. I had been using a planner at the time that wasn't working. And so I picked this up because it was starting in August, and it felt like, well, that's perfect because I needed something right then. And I wouldn't be like wasting January through August of 2019 when I started this one. Anthropologie didn't have anything in this format as just a 2024 calendar, but they now have an August 2024 to December 2025. So basically just like this one, roughly a year and a half, but for right now. And I'm so tempted, but it would be wasting the whole other half of this planner, and I don't think I can justify that. But I'm also kind of worried. Like I'm kind of tempted. I could get it and just for now through December. I need to go to Sephora too. I might need to go to Kierland. Although when I was looking at it, they didn't. I'm going to think about it for a little while, but I am tempted because I could keep using this one as like a day planner throughout the rest of the year, but have the other one to be like a weekly manager and have like my week on 2 pages that I can see. It would also be smaller because I'm assuming it's the same size as this, and this one's smaller, so I could just order it on. I might do that. Not right now. I'm going to think about it for at least a day. Anyway, I will continue thinking about that. Because like it's Wednesday and I haven't done anything in this planner. I need a better planning routine so that I actually use my planner, but I do think part of the problem is it's just not quite the setup that I would like. But yeah, I'm just, my brain is pinballing today. It's going a million miles a minute in a million different directions. For anyone who's worried, the coffee is decaf, so it's not going to make that pinballing feeling worse. So yeah, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Should I have vlogged today? I probably shouldn't have vlogged today. I do have a sticky note on my desk, front and center. I meant to say this at the very beginning of this vlog, but I feel like if you're still listening and watching at this point, you're probably the right people to ask this favor of. I do not ask for reviews on my books. I'm really bad about that. With book 4 about to come out, my request is this. If you've read any of my books and not left a review, please leave a review. I should be better about asking about that. So there's that. But specifically, if you've read books 1, 2, or 3, or all 3 of Across the Pond, if you could leave reviews on those books, if you haven't yet, I would really appreciate that, just so that the other books in the series have a bit more reviews. It might help when book 4 first comes out and doesn't have any reviews. If people can see that the other books in the series are highly rated, it might make them more willing to give this one a try. So yeah, if you've read them and you haven't left a review, particularly if you've really enjoyed them, I would really appreciate it. There's my request. If you would please review and rate my books, I would really appreciate it. And also, if you've read the books, posting pictures of your copy of the book, even if it's on your Kindle, that works too, to your social media, or telling friends. Basically as much love as you can share for the books. If you did enjoy them, help other people find them. I don't ask you to share things as often as I should, but it really does help. And it's one of those things that sharing and reviewing doesn't cost you anything but your time, which I do value your time so much. That's why I sometimes feel guilty about making extra long vlogs, but you all say you like that, so I'm assuming it's okay. But yeah, for the time it takes you to leave, it doesn't have to be a long review. It can literally just be 3 sentences of what you really enjoyed about the book, or the story, or the characters. So don't feel like you've got to write, paragraphs. Literally 3 or 4 sentences, that's all you need to do. And yeah, I would really, really, really appreciate it. So it would mean a lot, and it would really help me out. Please, thank you. I would appreciate it. Other than that, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. I probably need to plan. Probably need to plan for the rest of this week and probably all of next week, figure out what I want to do. And then I have some admin stuff I need to do. As we realized in the last vlog, someone needs to write a newsletter to her email list, because I would say they've probably forgotten about me, but I feel like the majority of my email list are those of you watching these vlogs. But I really want to get, like, an email list is a really, really important part of an author platform, and I need to be better about that. And building up that list, building up a community around that list, most of that will be a lot of you all. And as I kind of mentioned in the last one, but just gonna put this out there again, you'll probably hear me talk about my email list a few times. My email list is the only thing I, as a content creator and author, have control over. I can't control if Amazon suddenly terminates my account for some random reason, and it does happen. Not constantly, but it happens enough that that's a fear in the back of my head. I have no control over YouTube, and if someone hacks my account, if YouTube terminates my account, I've also heard that happen. That's pretty rare, but it does happen. I have no control over Instagram or Facebook or any of those places. I can't control if my account if any of these accounts get terminated or blocked or hacked, or, you know, other than having security features and stuff in place, there's really nothing I can do. And so if I was locked out of something, I'd have no way to communicate that to you all. But my email list, I do have control over. As long as I keep my list backed up regularly, even if MailerLite shut me out, I can take that list to another email service and import the list and be able to send new emails again. So just your friendly reminder, you can ignore the emails that I send, but if the thought of me just disappearing doesn't sound nice to you, and if you would wonder what happened to me if I stopped making YouTube videos or something, sign up for the email list just as a backup. Again, if you choose to only read a fraction of the emails I send, that's fine. At least you know that there's that connection and I would be able to get a hold of you. Although the other thing to keep in mind, if anything happened to any of my accounts, it would have to happen to all of them, but this is why it's good to follow me on at least a couple things. My website would probably always be up unless Squarespace went down, but I don't think that would happen. I've got admin stuff like the newsletter I want to post something onto LinkedIn because I haven't done that for a couple days. I'm trying to be better about that. So I think it's just gonna be, I think I want to do about 30 minutes of planning and then maybe like an hour of admin stuff. But I might do the admin stuff first and end with the planning. I think that might be the better thing. I feel like the rest of today is just a wash. I'm just gonna get as much done as I can, but I don't think anything else today is happening like I initially thought. Like the things I thought I was gonna get done today, I don't think are gonna get done today. So yeah, I'm gonna give myself 1 hour, well, 55 minutes on my cute little timer here. 55 minutes of general admin stuff, and then we'll switch to planning or something.
I want slow love, uncomplicated touch, stable as we go, consistent as we grow. I want slow love, no need to rush. I'll say it in my dreams, strange as it may seem. I reminisce the codependence, the games that we play, lost our minds. So maybe you could stay, 'cause you got me thinking.
Okay, it is 20 after 4. So it's nearly 4:30 and I'm tired. I'm ready to go sit down. I've made progress on things. I feel like today's one of those days where I got work done in a lot of things, but I haven't finished anything. And I'm trying to be better about acknowledging that, like, making progress but not finishing. Like, nothing feels like I've really checked it off my list. If anything, more things have been added to my list. So, priorities. But we got some cover progress made earlier today. I really am hoping that tomorrow, fresh start, I'll make more progress. So hopefully the next vlog will have a better cover update. I have created, oh, I need to save it. I just realized the project itself is labeled as untitled. I've created a vellum file for the project, for the book, so that I can start formatting. There's still a lot I need to change, and there's certain sections that I can't edit until I know the title or until I finish the author's note or the acknowledgments. Like, I can't cross those sections off just yet, but that's okay. I'm debating if I want to just generate a PDF of this as it is so that I can do a proofread of the manuscript and then finish up the front and back matter later, or wait, get everything else done, the cover and stuff, and then proofread, or at least make more progress on the cover. Like, I just don't know. I don't think I want to start proofreading just yet, because then my brain will go into proofreading mode and it'll be harder for me to make time to work on the cover. I really think for it, definitely the rest of this week, but I think even possibly part of next week, like until the illustration is done and everything is put into Photoshop, I think I just want to be focusing like 1 to 2 hours a day on the cover, because I can make up lost time with proofreading by proofreading 3 chapters a day if I have to, and having less time to do it. As long as I'm not reading 3 chapters back to back to back, I can do multiple chapters in a day. I just would need to do 1 chapter, then go do something else, then another chapter, then go do something else. I'm now feeling, honestly, like I need to flip around my whole order of doing things. This is the 8th book, and this is the 8th time that the book has been pretty much done. But I feel like I get held back by what's my title, what's my book description, what, you know, author's note, acknowledgments. And it's those things I don't mind. Those author's note and acknowledgments I can write at the very end. But a lot of the other back matter really doesn't change. The cover is the big thing that slows me down. Partly because of what I was talking about earlier today, where I just get so in my head and really insecure and start doubting and second guessing everything. And I really think I might need to start doing the cover, the title, and the book description first, like before, like while I'm outlining. And if they're not done by the time I finish outlining, then I can't start writing until those 3 things are done. Because honestly, it's those 3 things. It's the title, the book description, and the cover that are just the hardest. And doing them now when I feel the clock ticking, the date that I have in my head for launch is inching ever closer, I start to panic of, you know, about what if I can't get this done in time. Whereas if I did it first, or while I'm outlining, and then it took me an extra month, then I just revise my schedule of how long I have to write it and edit it and things like that. Or I would probably make up that time while writing. It just feels like I make so much progress and I do really well on outlining the first draft, editing the second draft, doing the developmental editing, and then as soon as I get to copy editing, it's like something slams on the brakes in my brain and everything slows down. And then I start feeling bad because now I'm 2 days overdue. I'm 3 days overdue. I'm a week behind. I'm almost 2 weeks behind of where I wanted to be. Like, this is the mental thing going on in my head. So I'm just wondering if, I know if I already had the cover done by now, it'd be a completely different feel if I'd locked in the cover, the title, and the book description. And obviously the book description could continue to be edited, but once my outline is done, I have enough content. I know enough about the story that I can write the book description. And I also, it would probably be easier to do the brainstorming of titles at the beginning then at the end when my brain is so tired. And for this series and the Independent Heart series, I pretty much know what the covers should be. Like, I don't know yet for the next Across the Pond books, but I've known what this cover would be. I had it narrowed down to a couple ideas, but it was pretty clear about what this one would be for a while. And like with the next book being Independent Hearts 4, I know roughly what that cover is going to look like, so I could start doing that now. And I think I need to do that. Like, I just feel like 8 books in and I get to, it's always at this stage that I start to panic and get really wobbly and really emotional and insecure. And I know that's mostly pre-publishing jitters, but when you factor in that it's all these last stages that I feel less confident about in terms of the cover, copy editing, proofreading, like these are things that I can do, but they take me a lot longer than it would take someone who does these things professionally. So it feels like it would probably feel like less pressure if I did at least the cover. Obviously I can't copy, edit, and proofread a book that hasn't been written yet, but I can do a cover, at least get the illustration mostly done, and then if I just have to make little tweaks to it, that would be easy. Now the problem with Independent Hearts 4 is it's already outlined, and I don't think I want to delay writing it, but I do think what I might do is set myself a goal that by the time I get halfway through that first draft, the cover will be done. And if it's not done by the time I get to the halfway point, then I have to stop writing, and that might motivate me. Because I don't like feeling this way. It takes all the fun out of a phase of the book that should feel like fun. It's almost done. You're almost going to read it. And it just, I don't want to keep going on and on and on and on. You all are probably getting sick of it, but I don't like getting to this part and just feeling like I just want to go hide. And that's how I feel right now. So yeah, but I've got the vellum project started. I've sent a text to my friends who are helping me narrow down the title with the short list, but I have one title option that's like my favorite. We'll see what they say, but I'm hoping once I hear back from them, that will be the title. The more I've been thinking about this title for the last few days, the more I think about it, the more I think this really is the best choice for the title. It's different from the first 3. So Eleanor gets all the Brave titles. A Brave Start, Brave With You, Brave Together. Brave is her word. It'll be different for book 4, but in terms of length and flow and things like that, and how it will look on the cover, the one I'm leaning towards is similar. So I've made some progress on that then. I've written a draft of an email newsletter. I'm going to stop working on it for now because it got pretty long. They cannot be this long, or I'm never going to write newsletters. I'm wanting to, so originally I was trying to do once a month, and I feel like I'm better when things are a little bit more frequent than that. It's easier to be consistent. So I'm thinking of doing weekly newsletters, but short. Like a weekly roundup of here's the writing update for the week, here's what YouTube videos got posted and links to those. If there's a sale on one of my books, a link to that. So just a few paragraphs, that's it, but every week. That way, if you're subscribed to the newsletter, but you're maybe not checking YouTube, you'll get the links to just the 2 vlogs that I put up. If there's a bonus vlog one week, then you'll see that. So yeah, so this one's a bit on the long side because I feel like I had a lot to update. Although if you're watching the vlogs, it's not, most of this is going to be, you're going to know already. But yeah, going forward, I think they'll be a lot shorter and quicker for me to write, and I can start making them part of my weekly work admin routine, along with posting on LinkedIn and posting on Instagram and stuff like that. So that got done. I was doing some speaking of bonus vlogs, it's not a vlog, but I was doing some editing on a bonus video that I can't wait to get done. I've been wanting to do this since getting back from England. It's something that I filmed in England, in London. It's so hard for me to sit down and edit a third video in a week, but I need to be trying to edit at least a few minutes of this video every day until it's done. So I don't think I'll get it done for this Friday, but hopefully next Friday. So hopefully you'll be watching this on Monday. So hopefully the Friday of the week you're watching this, that video will go up. So far it's turning out okay. I don't know that it's going to turn out quite how I envisioned, but so far it's turning out okay. So yeah, I've made progress on a lot of things. I haven't finished anything. Like, I didn't send the newsletter. I didn't finish formatting. I didn't finish the cover. I knew that wasn't going to happen today. So I didn't finish anything, but I did make progress, and my tasks, I guess, for the day were to just make progress on things. I haven't done any planning, so I'm gonna take my pens, some of my pens, over to the couch, and I'm just gonna put on someone else's YouTube videos and do some planning in my planner so that I have a better sense of what I need to do tomorrow and Friday and then next week. And I don't know if I'm gonna get that other planner. I'm so tempted, but I also just don't know if that's me thinking it'll solve a problem when the problem isn't actually the planner and the problem is my brain. But I do need a way to visualize my whole week in my planner, and that's really hard when it's a daily planner. And so now I am wondering, I keep going back to, should I get the other planner or just some other academics planner starting in August that's a weekly, monthly, and use that as my planner, and then use the day planner, the daily planner I have as like my daily planner tracker, like, so that I can have that just open to the day I'm on and have more space to plan out that day. What I need ultimately is a daily, weekly, monthly planner, and they don't make those. It's either daily, monthly, or weekly, monthly. None of them have a place where it's a weekly dashboard, then each day, and the month. And that's what I need. I need that month overview, the week overview, and then space to plan out and room to plan out each day. Put all my tasks for the day, because that's the problem I have with weekly planners, is then there's usually not enough room in the day section. So I don't know, maybe going forward I need to be getting a daily planner and a weekly planner, both. Anyway, I'm not going to end the vlog here. But I am going to go move over to the couch. I'm going to get everything disconnected from here, go sit down. It's 4:38 now because I've been talking for too long. So I have time still before dinner. So I've got some time to do some planning and try to get my brain organized. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. I need to make sure my brain doesn't convince me it's been a rough day or this is a bad day. Today's good. Today's fine. Today's been great. Today's going better for me than it's going for other people, because apparently there's a power outage in the neighborhood just north of mine. That would have been really bad if the power went out. I mean, it would have just meant that I had to leave the neighborhood somehow, which with all the power lights out, that would be a struggle. But I think I could have managed it carefully. But I would have had to go over to my parents' house if I lost my power. So it's going better for me than it's going for some people. So today's been a good day. I'm just having a moment. But it's all gonna be okay. In 2 months, hopefully less, this book will be out and I will be on to the next one, and the pressure will be way back down and everything will be good. So this too shall pass. So I need to enjoy the fun moments at this time and not dwell on the stuff that's stressing me out. It is time to end this vlog. It's 7:30, so I need to be getting ready for bed in about 30 minutes. And I have already checked the footage for this vlog, and minus this clip, we are up to almost an hour and a half, I think. I have talked too much, and I know I've been very rambly today, and I know I've been very wobbly today. Hopefully I will have edited that down a bit. This is what I always struggle with. I feel like there's valuable things that come up when I'm struggling, and it's why I like sharing the struggles, because I learn lessons kind of and process things in the moment as I'm struggling, and then hopefully by processing that and sharing that, it helps you. And there goes the air conditioning. And I've got the ceiling fan on above me, so I should probably come over here anyway, where the sound will hopefully be a little bit better. I like sharing stuff. Like I don't like sharing when I'm having a bit of a breakdown, because that's not fun and that's not something I want to put on the internet. But whenever I have days like this, I'm constantly processing things in real time, and in talking to you all via the camera, it speeds up that processing time. And so I'll have like realizations about how I actually feel about a situation, or how I might solve a problem while I'm vlogging. So like, in some ways I'm glad when I can vlog a day like this, but then when I'm editing, it's always like, oh, how do I edit this so that it leaves in the positive outcome of falling apart a bit, you know, so that it leaves in the positive lessons learned, but doesn't include all of the moments of me falling apart. So hopefully I will have edited this to something slightly shorter and slightly more coherent and slightly more positive, and focusing on the takeaways of today and not me panicking and being all insecure and stuff. At the end of the day, this book is going to come out just like all the other ones have, and I'm going to move on to the next one, and it's all going to be fine, and nothing is permanent. I could unpublish all of the books I've published and start over from scratch if I wanted to. I'm not going to. It's been a busy day. It's been a rocky day, but overall a good day. I had a lovely walk this morning. I got to see the moon, which makes me happy. It's not been up still. It's not been visible in the mornings for the last couple of weeks. So I think I'm heading back into a cycle where it is going to be visible in the mornings. So that's exciting. And yeah, it was beautiful out there this morning and not as hot as I thought it was going to be. So like, yay, that's a win. And then it's been a very nice cozy day here at home, and I've had you lovely people keeping me company, both in terms of talking to you on, through the camera, but also so many lovely comments on the vlog that went up today, where I was asking you to introduce yourselves and say hi if you haven't said hi in a while, and to tell me, when you started watching. And it's been so interesting. Like, some of you have only just found the channel, like since the England vlogs, and then others of you, only a few, but there are some who have been watching back when I was writing my dissertation, which feels like a lifetime ago. And so, like, to have such a lovely range of people, from some who are brand new to the channel and some who've been here for a few years, and then some who've been here for several years, like almost from the beginning. It means a lot, and I really appreciate it. So your comments, they've been coming in all day and now all evening. Every so often my phone lights up with another comment, and just makes me smile. It makes me so happy. That's what I'm focusing on, because that's what's worth remembering, and that's what matters. And all the stress I was having today about the cover isn't going to matter in just another week or two, when the cover is much further along and I've solved all the problems that I've been having today. Like, those are going to be resolved very quickly, so there's no point in getting really worked up about it today. So there's one lesson. Don't get worked up over stuff that's happening right now, because within a day or two or a week, you'll have figured out a plan forward. And most of the time, like, obviously I never want to sound dismissive. If you're dealing with like serious issues, sending you so much love, and sometimes it's just not possible to tell ourselves it's going to be okay in a couple of days. Sometimes we're dealing with stuff that we know is going to linger and last for a very long time, and it's going to be hard for a long time. And there are certain things where you just have to accept that and do the best you can. But so much of our typical day-to-day stress, and this is something I'm trying to be a lot better about, so much of our typical day-to-day stress is over things that do not matter, that aren't really that important, that usually, in my case, me stressing about things like the book cover or other really random stuff that pops up into my head, is to avoid stressing about the bigger, more serious things that take a lot more energy and effort to not stress about or to put into perspective. So it's easy when these little things pop up for my brain to hyper focus on those. But typically, the majority of stuff we stress about really isn't important, and it takes away from thinking about the things that are important, which is why I'm trying to focus on how lovely my walk is, and how loved and supported you all have made me feel in reading your comments on today's video, and reading your comments on all of the videos, and hearing how excited you are about book 4. Like, it just helps me put things in perspective and remember to just not stress about the cover, because you all are who I'm really writing these books for at this point, and you're gonna buy it and love the cover no matter how it turns out. So it's all good. So I've got my planner updated for tomorrow. I kind of know what I'm doing. We'll see if I end up buying another planner to get me through the rest of the year or what. I'm like, today was not a day to make decisions about anything. Tomorrow's probably not either, but we'll see. I'd like to find a planning routine that helps me maximize this planner, because there are things about this planner that I do really like and that do really work. So I just need a way to also visualize the week. I don't know. So I'm still working on that, but I've got it set up for the rest of this week, and I've started setting it up for next week. So yeah, so that's sorted. So I think I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Mostly working on the cover. Yeah, I will update you all on all of that in the next vlog. Thank you for watching this vlog. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. All of that great stuff. This vlog is now going to be like an hour and 40 minutes long, unedited. Which means getting it down to 1 hour at the most is going to be fun. Say hi in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. Leave me a clock or timer emoji because I'm looking at my new timer on my desk. So leave me a clock or timer emoji to let me know which one of you lovely people have made it all the way to the end of this vlog. Question, I guess, just what are your tips, or what thing, I know we've talked about this before in previous vlogs and I've asked this before in previous vlogs, but what are some of your tips or tricks for dealing with a stressful day, an anxious day, when your brain is just feeling a bit wobbly and insecure and focusing on all the things that are stressing you out? What do you do? How do you help yourself? I'd love to know. It might help me and some other people in the comments. And on that note, I love you all. You all are amazing. I hope you all are doing well. And I will see you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!